today I wanted to talk about a topic that I think is often not discussed on platforms like this, and that is dressing for an aging body. Personally, I feel like this is something that is really challenging for so many women, and in our youth culture society, we often don't talk about how to be stylish after 50 years old. And I think that for myself anyway, I found it really challenging once I turned 50 and really was dealing with full-on menopause and some of the challenges that that brings, like weight gain and hot flashes, and also feeling like I was kind of not as important in a way, or not as seen as much in our society. I've done quite a few videos about this topic. I have done quite a few workshops about this topic, and I know that I am not the only woman out there who is finding it a bit of a challenge. So I want to turn this into a series because I think it's so important. There's a lot to discuss around this topic, but today I just want to start with making it kind of simple. Because if you are out there and feeling challenged by this, then I have a few little tips that I personally have found that have made my life easier that I want to share with you. Starting with the challenges of the hot flashes, definitely thinking about layers is really key. And the thing is that for myself personally, I have gained quite a bit of weight, and particularly belly weight. So I feel like wearing t-shirts that used to be really easy to wear don't really work anymore. I don't feel as comfortable. There's the back fat, there's the belly fat, all those issues that are so sounding unattractive and kind of are, but also I really want to preface this video by saying that I feel like after a certain age, women become even more beautiful because there's a confidence and there's a knowing of oneself that is not like in your 20s or 30s, which is so lovely. And so I don't want to sound negative because aging is not a negative thing. We're so lucky to be here. And I feel like in France, for instance, and I talk about France because I have experience there, I'm there quite often, women age beautifully, I find. And it's unapologetically is the word I'm looking for. I just wanted to preface this video with that. All right, let's get back to the nitty-gritty. T-shirts. They're not always easy to wear in the same way as they used to be when we were a little bit younger. But what is so great is right now we are in a era of post-pandemic, so casual dressing is really a big thing, and oversized is really a big thing, and oversized t-shirts are everywhere, and I love this look. I think it's super chic. I think it's a little edgy and definitely works for an over, I want to say 45-year-old woman, even a younger woman. I feel like it has a look that is youthful, but without trying too hard to be youthful kind of look, because there's nothing more unattractive, in my opinion, than an older woman trying to look younger. It's just, we have to embrace it. We have to own where we're at. And to do that gracefully and elegantly is really embracing it. I love the idea of taking an oversized t-shirt and layering on a bunch of necklaces. I love the idea of doing an oversized t-shirt with a dress pant and a sneaker perhaps, or a more casual kind of shoe. I love this mix of proportion, doing oversized with oversized. I think it's really great, no matter your size. And I think it's one of those areas where you can be very playful and creative of how you're putting it together. Next, I want to talk about dress shirts. I think that they are such a great basic for any woman over a certain age. They look chic and they camouflage some of the things that you may not be feeling great about in your own body. They kind of put you, there's such a good expression in French, which is on se met en valeur, putting you in value. And I feel like dress shirts absolutely do that. Perhaps you're not in love with the way your arms look at the moment, or perhaps you've got a little bit of extra weight around your belly. I know that I definitely have. So I personally feel very comfortable in a dress shirt. I think it's important to invest in 1 or 2 dress shirts that you feel really good in, whether you're doing a denim shirt, whether you're doing a crisp white shirt, whether you've stolen a great striped shirt from your husband's closet or from a friend's closet. Fantastic. Love this look. If you want to top it off with a tie, even better. Next, I want to talk about something that's, I feel like, is really important and very daunting for a lot of people out there, and that is finding the right fit of pants. I think that at this point, we have to not worry about what the size is. Some companies are going to fit a lot smaller than other companies. So if you're a size 10 in one brand and a size 14 in another, it's not necessarily a reflection of where you're at. It's because there's no legislation of where the sizes should be. So a Japanese company is going to be sized a lot smaller than an American company, let's say. And then to confuse matters even more, a company from Britain is a size 14 is actually really considered like a size 10 in the US. So it's hard to do. I know, because I do it myself. I go to a store, try something on, I think, oh my God, how am I this size now? Like, what happened? And then I have to sort of take a breath and remind myself, it's not me. It's the fact that sizing is all over the place. And it's not us. We were taught to have these reactions. So we have to kind of reteach ourselves not to, as hard as it is. All right. Moving along to another thing that I think is so important and so great for changing up all your looks, and I've talked about it so many times, and that is really embracing accessories. Changing up some favorite basic looks to make them different for whatever the occasion. Whether you're going out at night, perhaps you want to do a t-shirt with a bunch of necklaces layered on top. I think that's so fabulous. Doing a scarf with a t-shirt is so great. Changing up your glasses. This is so key and so easy, especially if you are at that stage of having to wear readers. Doing a big, bold color perhaps. Doing an oversized glasses. So fun, so edgy, and so super chic. Accessories is definitely a place where you can have a lot of fun, you can be really playful, and you can almost wear the same outfit all week and make it look differently just by your accessories. Love the idea of incorporating some big bold hats, again, especially as we're going into the summer months. Although, honestly, I'm sitting in my backyard, as you may have noticed, and it doesn't really feel like it today, but it is slowly getting there. And why am I sitting in my backyard, you might be asking? Because we're actually doing a bathroom renovation and it's really loud inside. Okay, so those are my ideas for now on this subject. Let me know what you think. And what would be your best kind of advice that you could impart on younger women now that you're at a certain age? I'd love to hear that, and I'm sure a lot of other women would love to hear it too. So leave those comments down below. Keep them coming. I love them. I read every single one and I get back to everybody. Just wanted to quickly say that I am doing something coming up in 2 weeks from now, May 21st. It's a Thursday night. If you are in the Montreal area, would love you to come by. I am hosting a style salon. It's going to be very interesting. It's a style salon with a clothing swap and wine tasting. A bunch of amazing, like-minded women getting together, tasting some wine, sharing some clothes, and then getting styled by me. All the details are on my website. I put the link in the description down below so you can check it out. If you are in the Montreal area, would love to see you. So that is it, my lovelies. Please, if you liked this video, if it resonated with you, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. And then, of course, lastly, don't forget to follow me on Facebook, on Instagram, and check out my Substack.